Okay, we're going to be making some hidden veg sausage rolls, ready for school starting back to go in lunch boxes. So we just pulled up the recipe on Cookie There is a collection called Lunchbox Ideas. So we press start. We're going to put in some bread that's just torn into pieces to make our own breadcrumbs. And we're going to need a spatula. So Mia's here cooking with me today. She's often in the kitchen. But usually when I'm not here, I usually come home and she's made something yummy for us. Or yeah. So that's just chopping for 8 seconds. 8 seconds, speed 8. 8 and 8. So they get set aside so that we can carry on with the rest of the recipe. If you already have breadcrumbs, you just skip this step. And anytime you want to skip a step, there's a button that says next. You just press next. Lovely. Spilled a few. That's okay. What are you doing? Mia's also not used to cooking sideways like this for the video. So there's our breadcrumbs. If you care about additives, it is a really good idea to make your own breadcrumbs so that you know what's in it. We're putting in a zucchini that's just been cut in chunks. It's quite a big zucchini actually. The recipe says around 300 grams. And we will chop the zucchini. Speed 5 for 5 seconds. 5 and 5. So now the zucchini gets put in the simmer basket because we want to drain out some of the liquid that's in it. So I'm just going to tip that. I have the simmering basket sitting in the sink. It actually doesn't look too liquidy, but we want to squeeze out any excess. So you can press next and see what's going to be next. What are you doing? So I think next is some garlic. You can put it in. Garlic going in, and what else? An onion. Just plump it in because it's a little onion. Some carrot. I always like to have carrot cut into chunks because it's quite hard. You don't want to put pressure on your blades over time. It's a good idea to have hard things chopped smaller before they go in. Things like onion and tomato are nice and soft, so they can just go in. And so now Mia's just weighing in 20 grams of olive oil. The lid goes on and we chop it all together. So speed 5 for 5 seconds. I'm going to do the dance while the Thermomix is mixing for you. You want that spatula back? All nicely chopped there, ready to scrape down. And now we are going to add the zucchini that I've just been squeezing out in the sink. I actually don't think much moisture came out, but anyway. That's okay. Okay, press next. Lid goes on, simmer basket goes on. This cooks for 5 minutes. 120 degrees, speed 1. I just want to show you while the Thermomix is cooking, you can, I'll just bring this here. You can look ahead if I show you the screen. You can press these 3 dots up here and go to the recipe detail so you can scroll ahead and see what's coming up next Like you can see what ingredients to go get from your pantry because we've got 5 minutes now to stuff around while the Thermomix cooks for us. You can also read ahead. Each recipe has a nutrition guide and tips as well, which is always very handy. The other thing you can do is if you want to just see the very next step, there's a preview button. So you can just preview next and press the bookmark to get back to where you're at. You can also press home and be searching on Cookaroo for other recipes you might want to make. Like these are some new recipes that have just hit Thermomix, hit Cookaroo. You can see what's trending. Yeah. So, and then press the bookmark when you're back, but I will pause it while we saute the onion. The Thermomix has just finished sauteing the veggies. So I'm just going to take the simmer basket off and press next. Oh, this is actually something good to know. If ever the screen is wet and I just dripped on it, it doesn't work. Same as any LED touch screen kind of thing. It needs to be clean and dry, and then it will detect your finger. So if ever it's not working for you, give it a clean and a dry. So we're going to put in 500 grams of pork mince that Mia's been enjoying playing with. Funny girl. Was there not a piece of paper? You already ripped that. Okay, great. You can just pick up this and tip it in. No, you want to keep playing with it. Okay, and then you wash your hands. Next, we're putting in half a teaspoon of salt. It is optional, but we always like salt in this family, and I use Himalayan rock salt that I mill myself in a Thermomix on speed 10 for 10 seconds, and you get your own cooking salt ready, all nicely milled, ready to go. Then we're putting in Worcestershire sauce, which there is a recipe to make your own Worcestershire sauce on Cookaroo, and I've never done it. I don't cook with it too often, but it would be kind of cool to give it a go. But anyway, store-bought Worcestershire and some tomato sauce, which is just 20 grams. You can definitely make your own tomato sauce. That's something that's fun to make. We're going to put in the reserved breadcrumbs that we did earlier, and we mix it all together. So the lid goes on. 30 seconds, speed 4, and it's on reverse. You can watch it going. It's not that exciting, I guess. I'll show you. That has finished. You could see it up there, but I can show you here. Looks like a nice big messy slop of sausage roll mixture with hidden veggies, which is always exciting. A good way to get veggies in our kids' tummies. So it says to transfer this aside to cool, and then we're going to cover and place in the fridge until needed. So you don't want to be doing it while it's hot. But yeah, that's basically it. So I'll just set that aside till it cools, and then we'll be making the sausage rolls. Okay, so I've got my mixture here, and I've started rolling my sausage rolls. You just get each puff pastry sheet and cut it in half. So you've got 2 sections. You grab some of your mixture and you're going to put it down the long edge of your rectangle with a little bit of a border, a little bit of a gap. I'll show you in a second. But just put it all down. So this mixture, the recipe says it will do 2 puff pastries worth cut in half, so 4 long sausage rolls. I'm actually finding that I'm going to have extra mixture, so you could do 3 sheets worth, and I'm not underfilling them, like they're very full, so that's good to know. So it's like, all along with a border. And then you're going to roll it sort of gently but firmly, using the plastic to help you roll along the way, but then you need to peel it off as you go. And you want to have the seam side down on your tin. So if I just keep rolling and take that plastic away very gently, because I don't want to cut my bench, I should have done it on a board, but if you cut it in half, you can bake it as one long sausage roll, obviously, and cut it in half again, so we're getting little cute pieces that go on our tray. They're very cute little pillows. You can stuff some of the meat back in as you go. And then I'll show you what we've done. So yeah, they're just all on your tray. And you can, well, it's a good idea to cut some slits in the top because you want that pastry to puff really well. So I'm just cutting diagonal stripes. And then you can brush it with egg wash and sprinkle seeds, or because I think it's just easier, you can also just brush it with milk. So I've just put some milk in a bowl using my brush. And, oh, my Thermomix is off. I think it's 20 minutes at 200, but I'll confirm. Yes, I've got a nice milk wash, and then what I'll do is sprinkle some seeds. I've just got some sesame seeds that is nice to sprinkle on top so that they look nice and pretty and homemade. And then, yeah, 200 degrees. The recipe is just telling me how to do what I've just showed you. 25 to 30 minutes. So your oven will be different. They always are, but I'll show you what they look like when they're baked. We have our sausage rolls out of the oven now. If we can see how beautiful they are. Pork and hidden veg, beautiful. And Mia's going to be our taste tester to see how they are. My kids love sausage rolls. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that crunch. That sounded good. Okay, how is it?
Delicious.
Very good. Yeah, enjoy.